Good day, my name is Andre and I'm from the PPM team here in South Africa. Today I'm going to demonstrate the new AVerTouch software, which is included with the full range of AVer visualizers or document cameras. For the AVerTouch software demonstration today, I will be using the AVer M11 8MV visualizer, which is one of the mechanical arm visualizers from AVer, featuring power over USB, VGA as well as an HDMI output. It is important to note that it does not matter which AVer visualizer you purchase, they all will use the AVerTouch software. Once you open up the AVerTouch software, you will be given the option to log in with your Google account. This will allow you to automatically sync your video recordings as well as your snapshots to your Google Drive. You would also be able to access directly from the AVerTouch software your Google Classroom account. Should you not wish to do this now, you would be able to skip this step for now. On the home screen of the AVerTouch software, you will be able to see all the AVer visualizers that's currently connected to your laptop or PC via a USB cable. On the home screen, you will find access to your media library as well. Once you've entered into the media library page, you will find all your images and all your video recordings that you have done in the past. By default, all these files are saved onto your computer hard drive. If you are signed in with your Google account, you would be able to change this to save directly to your Google Drive account. From Library, we will move over to Accounts page. On the Accounts page, you will see there's an option to have your software automatically checked for updates. This will require an active internet connection. You can also manage your default drive of where you want to save to, so either to your hard drive or to your Google Drive account. You have an online help guide as well as a document camera tour throughout the software. Towards the right of the screen, you will find a letter G. This just says that you are signed into the software as a guest currently. So should you wish to log in with your Google account, you can do so now. From here, I'm going to move back to the cameras tab on top, go to my active visualizer currently and just click on the play button to get an instant live feed from the camera. Together with the live feed from your visualizer or document camera, you will see multiple tools on this page that you would be able to use for your lessons or presentations. I will be using some of these tools today to give you some examples of how you would be able to use them in a classroom or lecture room environment. So we will start off with the tools on the bottom toolbar. My first option that I have would be my Google Classroom. From here, you would be able to start your Google Classroom within the AVerTouch software. You would be able to assign your lessons directly from here. You have a freeze option if you just wanted to freeze the information underneath the camera for a moment. You do have a bunch of annotation tools. You do have some pens and highlighters which you would be able to use if you are using like a touchscreen laptop or like an interactive device. Using just my computer mouse, I will label some items using some of these tools. So I'm going to click on a line. I might want to change that into an arrow. I'll leave the color on red and I might just want to change the thickness on it. I'm going to start off by labeling, then specific items. I would be able then to select a text box from here. You would be able to change the color of the text box as well as the text size, bold, italic or underline as well. So this is obviously a divider, and from here we will mark the pen. You would be able to go to your selection tool still within the software and move this around to the correct position of where you want it to be. At the same time, you do have a bunch of shapes. Your grayed out shapes are shapes with just an outline, and then your solid filled shapes would be a shape with a solid color fill. I would be able to go and erase a specific item, or I can actually just go and click on the little dustbin, which is a clear all or a delete all, and that will erase all the information. Moving on from here, the next option would be my screen snapshot. Once you actually click on the snapshot button, it will take a full screen snapshot of everything that you see underneath the camera. Up from there, you will have your record button. By clicking on the record button, it will open up your recording menu. From here, you can decide whether or not you want to record voice, so you can either turn the voice on or you could unmute it basically to record the voice. And then you can either do just a camera record or a full screen record from here. I'm just going to close this off. Up from that, you have your snipping tool or your capture tool. This is to capture only a certain part of the screen. So I would be able to, for example, select the divider from here. I can actually resize that screen. Click on capture and it has captured only the divider as a photo for me. These are saved as either PNGs or JPEG files depending on your settings. We do have the autofocus tool here as well, where you can set the camera to autofocus or to manual focus. You do have a rotate option as well. Typically where we would use the rotate option, let's say for example I wanted to use the camera as a webcam for example, from here you would then be able to actually rotate that image until it's the right way around. I'm just going to move that down again to look at our page. From here you also have a few screen presentation tools, one being my screen spotlight, so I would be able to actually set the focus on a certain part of the screen. Clicking anywhere outside in the gray area, I would be able to move this around. Moving on to the blue line, you'll see it changes into an arrow, so I would be able to actually resize the screen spotlight as well. I can go to the settings of the spotlight, change it to a rectangular, triangle, or even make it semi-transparent. Once I'm done with this tool, I can just click on the cross to exit it. The next tool still underneath my presentation tools would be my screen shade. This is typically where you can hide certain information. I can click either on the top to move it down, to reveal the information, move it back up, or click on any of the sides to reveal left to right or right to left. Once again, I can go to the settings of this presentation tool and I would be able to once again make this semi-transparent to still have a slight view of that information. Once I'm done with this tool, I can just click on the exit button to close it off again. The next option I'm going to demonstrate is the picture-in-picture mode. With the picture-in-picture mode, I would be able to bring in a secondary camera that's also connected via USB to my laptop into the view of my AVerTouch software. So I'm going to click on my picture-in-picture icon, alright, select the picture-in-picture mode, select the camera that I want to use. So you would be able to use any secondary camera, so either my laptop webcam, which is a built-in webcam, but for this example I'm going to use the AVerCam 520 Pro conferencing camera. So once I click done on here, it will instantly give me a live feed of the conferencing camera. So now your students would be able to see whatever you are actually doing underneath the visualizer, and they would be able to see you as a lecturer or teacher. I would be able to move around this picture-in-picture mode, alright, to any part of the screen where I want it, as well as then being able to resize it to the specific size that you require. Once you are done with this picture-in-picture recording, I would be able to just click on the exit sign on the cross of the picture-in-picture, and that will close off the picture-in-picture mode for me. I'm going to move on to show you one of the AI features. So on the software I do have a bunch of different AI features, one being super resolution, another one being curve flatten, and then basically your transparent mode. The transparent mode is currently one of the popular modes that teachers use. So for today's presentation, we will be focusing basically on map work. So I'm just going to write on a white piece of paper here, using it as a whiteboard basically, that we will be doing map work today. Alright, I would then be able to click on my transparent mode from here, which will take a photo of the information that I have here and move this to the front. What this will do is basically make my hand invisible so that students can always see what you actually are writing or what you are working on. I would be able to add some more text. So to say, let's say for example, we will be focusing our map work today on South Africa. Alright, this will not be invisible currently. However, I can just click my refresh button on the AI mode, which will take a new photo, and once again that information will be on top and my hands being invisible. Once you are done with the transparent mode, you can just click on the exit button of the transparent settings, which will just exit this transparent screen and take you back to your normal view. From the AI functions, we will be moving over to the split screen view. With the split screen view, you can either add multiple cameras to your screen, or you would be able to add multiple files, which would be either a video file or a picture file. So what I'm going to do for this example is I'm going to add a camera. Once again, I'm just going to select the AVerCam 520 Pro conferencing camera as my secondary camera, and I'm going to select done. What you will notice, it won't give me an immediate live feed until I actually activate it at the bottom of the screen. So this will then automatically give us a view of my visualizer on top and then my conferencing camera at the bottom. I would be able to change this view by going to shuffle on the right hand side. So this will put it side by side or top to bottom. Alright. If you wanted to add another file to this view, I can then go add file, select images or videos. So I'll use an image example. So there's all the images that we've taken today. I'm going to select the image of my divider and then a full screen image that we've taken, and then I'll say done. Now, once again, it won't give me an immediate live feed, but these are now displayed at the bottom of the screen. I would be able to click on the divider if I wanted to see it. If that will give me a free view screen now, or otherwise I can add in my second picture, which will then give me a view of 4 screens. I would once again be able to shuffle this for different views. Once you are done with the live screen view, I can go to the top left hand corner and just click on the cross to exit the split screen mode. The last option we will be looking at today would be the widget mode. The widget mode allows you to minimize the AVerTouch software, and it will open up the camera within a small window on the screen for you. This window will always be on top. I would be able to resize this window to a specific size, or I would be able to just maximize it to a full screen view and minimize the camera part. So as an example for today, I'm going to do some map work. Right, so I have a textbook with a map in here, right, and as an example we'll be doing some measuring. What I'll do now is minimize my camera, and let's have a look at question 1. So question 1 says measure the distance between Johannesburg and Bloemfontein. What I'll do now is move back to my map, maximize the camera. Alright, so we are working on this map, and first of all I will set my divider to the correct measurements according to the map. I will then measure my distance from Johannesburg, which is situated here, all the way to Bloemfontein. So we'll put that in the center, so that into Kroonstad will be our first 200 kilometers, and then basically going to Bloemfontein we are just underneath 400 kilometers. So I would say, just as an example, that the distance between Johannesburg and Bloemfontein is 400 kilometers. Our second question is measure the distance from Johannesburg to Polokwane. So once again, I'll just move back to my map. Right, our distance should still be correct on the divider. I see here is Johannesburg, and Polokwane would be towards the top. I'll put my divider once again on Johannesburg. Let's measure the first part. Have a look. Polokwane would be about halfway, so I would say roughly that Polokwane is 300 kilometers from Johannesburg. I'll minimize my camera and we can type in the question to say the answer is 300 kilometers. Once you are done with your widget mode, you can just close it off, which will take you back to the live screen view of your AVerTouch software.